Analyst Brian Sobel. Brian, the governor said today that he wants to seize the moment, that he wants to aim high. He has massive plans for California. What were your thoughts on what he said?
I thought it was a good speech from the standpoint of laying out this very broad agenda. The issue is the details, and whether the governor from this point on can somehow pay for all of these things that he's talking about doing. We hope he can, but we will see over the next weeks how he proposes to do it. On Thursday, he unveils his budget. We will see specifically how he intends to bring in the revenue to pay for some of these things. It's going to be an interesting time in California.
Not many details today in his speech. You said more will be released on Thursday. I'm just curious as to the style of the speech. A lot of people said it was overly rehearsed in the moment where his young son Dutch ran up on the stage, that maybe that was written into the script.
It's one of these things where he's a completely different public speaker than his predecessor, Jerry Brown. His style is very soaring. And he attempts to hit, high water marks on his rhetoric. Sometimes feels like maybe he's trying to channel, previous people we've seen, Bill Clinton, other people, but it obviously resonates with his base.
Going back to his broad plans, California does have a $14.5 billion surplus. There is going to be a lot of temptation to spend that money.
Absolutely. If you look at the long list of things that he's talked about on the campaign trail, you can eat up $14.5 billion in a real hurry. Even the initiatives around health care, how you deliver health care to people in California is a question. You've got kind of only two ways to do it. You either do employer mandates of one stripe or another, making employers pay more for it, or you somehow find that money in your budget, or you raise taxes, or you do something. One by one, as he brings these initiatives forward, he's going to have to talk about how he's going to pay for it.
Brian, just very quickly.
Oh, yeah, I have one too.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to know really quickly, you mentioned raising taxes. A lot of Californians are worried about him raising taxes, especially personal income taxes. Where do you think he'll go with that?
Well, if he gets kind of behind the eight ball on promises and things that he claimed he would deliver, and he feels that pressure, there's only so many ways you can bring more money into the state of California. And that's going to be the first place he goes is to taxation.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Absolutely.
Brian, thank you.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Brian.
Yep.